it's basically win or go home, and we put ourselves in a position to win, but you just have to try to do anything to try to make a difference in the game. And I got switched on to Paul Pierce at the end, so it helped because he's a little older than me, but I don't know. I kind of let him go to the corner, knowing that he really had nowhere else to go. And Landry put great, ball pressure on the ball. So he kind of made Livingston lob the pass up. So I kind of was able to get a hand on it. So I'm glad I got a hold of it and kind of threw it off him to go out of bounds.
When you were drafted, one of the first things you said is for the fans not to expect much emotion out of you. You just weren't that guy. When you made that play, you sort of unleashed a primal scream sort of thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like that before?
I have a few times, but it had to be in situations like, how it was last night. But I don't know, I just felt like it was a big play in the game, and it could have potentially changed a lot of things going for us.
The frustration of the rest of the series sort of play into that?
I think everything leading up to that point did. So, whole season, all the struggles, all the pains, basically just all the work we put in, all the things with the refs and all that kind of just got to me and just laid it out.
Terrence, Dwayne Casey is the only head coach you've known in your NBA career. How important is it for you in your development that he's back with this team next year?
It's big. I built a relationship with Casey, and he's been a great coach. He's helped me with a lot. He's taught me a lot, and especially when it comes to defense in the league, I give him a lot of credit, for how I play on the court. So I feel like he'll be a big part of our team. So I would like him to come back.
Terrence, how much and what did you learn from that playoff experience?
It's a different animal. Everything's different. Crowd, the teams. I never really understood. You play a team so many times. It's like you're not doing your first, second, or third option. In game one anymore. They know everything you're doing before you're gonna do it. So you just have to have a lot of counter moves, and I think that's something I'll probably try to work on this summer. But it's a different game, different animal. It's a lot of games. It's 7 games. And it's tough, but it's a grind. So,
Terrence, we were asking you about Dwayne. Obviously, the other big one hanging over is Kyle. Can you talk about the relationship you forged with him over the course of the year and how important he is to you, let alone to the team?
Oh, man, Kyle's like my big brother. I look up to him, asking for advice on a lot of different things, all on and off the court. He's hands down the best point guard I've ever played with. He's taught me a lot. He motivates everybody, and I really hope he comes back. I even talk to him all the time. I say, bro, you gotta come back. You basically like the heart of our team. It's like we need him to come back. He did a lot for us, defensively, offensively. He did it all. So I really hope he comes back.
You told me on the same topic that just watching his season, it's been kind of a journey. And you said you were just happy to witness it. What more do you want to see from him next year? What do you expect from him if he's back? How vital is it that you get to continue this?
It'll be big. It'll be big to our team. If he does anything close to what he did this year, we're still going to be in the same position, I feel like. So, he's a great player. I only see him getting better, and he has a lot more to do, I feel like. And what better way to do it if he was on our team again?
Terrence, you said that you once asked him to come back. What did he say to you?
He was like, man, he always played off like, man, we got to worry about something else right now. We'll worry about that when we get there. But I really hope he comes back.
Both DeMar and Kyle have had really complimentary things to say about you in the second season. What was the support like from them within that locker room all year, and then also through the series against the Nets?
Man, they just try to keep my head up, and it was a tough series, but they got me into the right state of mind before every game. So I just get rid of every game before that and just try to go out and try to play a new game. And they were big for me in this last game.
you posted a thank you to the fans on your Instagram account yesterday. What could you have ever have expected what you guys saw this postseason, and what did it feel like to see that support?
No, never would have guessed. I mean, I don't think anybody could have guessed how everything would have turned out. It was unreal. Yeah, it's like playing for a overseas soccer team. You know, their fans turning out. You can't ask for more. So, man, I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this, and not too many guys get to see this. You know, as long as they can play in the league 10, 15, 20 years. I don't think you'll ever find a support, that they have here in Toronto.
Terrence, can you talk about the idea that I can't believe I started a question with "Can you talk about?" I'm embarrassed. Terrence,
Next question.
can you talk about how you felt about the Toronto Raptors on the day you were drafted, what you thought they would be, and how it felt this past 10 days or so in the playoffs?
Honestly, I didn't know much about Toronto. I lived all the way in Seattle. You don't really get to see too many Toronto games, and I really didn't know what to expect. I know that it was a up and coming team, and they were struggling at the moment, but it created that motivation for me to work hard and try to stay on my grind and make sure that I could do whatever I can to try to help this team.
Go ahead, Steve.
Terrence, in Game 7, we saw from you a lot of the things we're seeing in the regular season. Just wonder what clicked for you in the final game of this playoffs?
Just to focus on more than trying to shoot and score. I just try to do a little bit of everything. Defense was my main priority. You can't really control whether the ball goes in or not, but you can always control your defensive effort. And that was a big thing for me. And I just tried to do whatever I could to help the team.
How much of that is based more on your headset, what's going on between the ears, as opposed to what's going on the floor?
For me, I just have to take it day by day. It's been a long season. You can't try to think about what's been going on, from day one to a month ago to 2 months ago. So you just kind of have to focus on the here and now because, you can't overthink things because you just let everything get away from you. So I just try to keep it, in the present and take it day by day.
What's it been like the last 2 years to see DeMar work himself into being an all-star and a number one option on a playoff team?
It's unreal. I always watched DeMar even when I was in high school or when he was in high school. So I always kind of knew DeMar had game, and I kind of knew his game a little bit. But to see where he's at now is unbelievable, and it's just a testimony to how hard he's worked, since he's been here. And every year he just does better and better. So, the sky's the limit for him, and I feel like he's only going to get better from here.
How's that worked out for you?
A lot. First 2 years, before the trade, I was the guy that was guarding DeMar. So, I learned a lot from just seeing the way he is on the court, his poise and how calm he is, and the way he just goes about carrying himself on the court. It rubs off on me just because I'm usually the one that's right there guarding him, or I'm around him more than other guards are. So it helped out a lot, and I think that's a big reason why I stepped it up after the Rudy Gay trade, because I had DeMar right there kind of walking me through the steps.